Hi, Gamer here. This is the new video continuing our Q&A session. In this video, we'll see how to start the process of exporting our generated city in Houdini. So stay with us till the end of the video. Okay, welcome back. This is the most important video of the Q&A session because this is where most of your questions have been told in the comments. This is the let's say the important one because this is where you will export all your work you've done in Houdini and we will import it in Unreal. But before importing in Unreal, you need to export all the city. So let's start where we left the last video. And in the last video, we tried to generate our custom city and we end up by this little city generated. We can't talk about a real city there, okay, because it's too small for a city. But for the purpose of demonstration, it will be good enough because it will fast make the generation process more fast and therefore make our experiment more smoothly. Before diving into the networks, just make the nodes editable, meaning that maybe we will run into issues while generating the city and we need to make the content editable. So I will do it for the city layout. This why you can see this red icon there to tell you that, okay, be careful, you are putting your node in editable mode, meaning in a modifying mode. And we'll do the same for the city processor because you can see that right now it is locked. So what we'll do, we will allow the editing in the city processor. So the next step, we will see how to generate the city. Assuming that this is the definitive shape you like, okay? Because if you want to make modification to the shape or the height of the buildings or the, let's say, the width of the roads, the sidewalks, you should do it before. So if you want, for example, go to the, let's say, the road network and change, for example, the width of the roads, this is where you do it, okay? You look for the arterial road, the collector road, the local road, this is where it happens. For the sidewalks, same. This is where you change the sidewalks. And so on and so forth. So you can go for the city road, for making more density of the buildings, meaning more buildings in the city. This is where you do it. You just have to change the density. And of course, there's so many things you can change. So to make the things first, I make you back to the videos I've already done. Okay, so go to the playlist, watch the steps we've done. And if you like more information or more details in some topic or another, just put it on the comments. Okay, I will be glad to make a video on it. So next step would be the city processor because the process of generating the city will be there. Okay, so before starting, we do have two only options to generate the city. One is using the PDG. The PDG is a let's say one way to generate shapes in Houdini. Okay, and it is the one to go if you do have, for example, some big city there. Okay, so it's the most preferable way to do is to go using PDG, but it's not mandatory. Meaning, if you do have, for example, a little city like this one, just untick this use PDG, and you should be good to go. And you can process the city without using PDG. Okay, so we'll try this one, the first one, because it's the easiest one to generate your city. And all you have to do is just click on this button, process city without PDG. Because why you need it? You need it that you all the generation that will be done in Unreal will be done regarding points, which we call the cloud points. Each instance of the object, the meshes you see in this Houdini file, will be generated as a point where, for example, in Unreal, we will have the instantiation of objects. Okay. So for the time being, let's understand it like this. Just do the process. Okay. So what I will do, I just click in this button to start the generation process. But before doing that, I will go to the hard drive and look where our city lives. This is where it lives. It's in new city 01. Okay. And what I will do before starting the generation, I will see what happens. So right now, what do we have? We do have only these folders. Backup, which is the backup of the files of the Houdini file. Okay, so if you make some mistake or whatever, you run into a crash, you can always go back and um, uh, regain and redo your work from this hip file, and you should be good to go. The second one would be the caches. This is the caches. Okay. And the last one is Houdini, where we do have some needed files by Houdini to generate the city. Okay. And of course, we do have our hip file, which is the file, this one, this project. Okay. Okay. So let's click on this button and see what happens. Okay. What I started is I do process. You see that it started rendering. It is processing the city. And let's see what happens there. So right now you can see that we do have a new folder generated in the city folder, which is the export button. So let's see what happens. So what do we have? We do have only this button, this folder, sorry. So this is the export folder, and Houdini is generating the files for us. So the generation process may take some time, so I will pause the video and go back. Okay, welcome back. So Houdini just finished the generation of the, just finished the making of the city. So what do we have? We do have these new files generated in the caches, and you can see that there has been some changes there. Okay. What do we have? We do have export these files. We do have these caches. This is the main changes made. So the next step would be to go and export all the PBC. So you can do it right from this button and start the exporting of all the point-based cloud, which is needed by Unreal to instantiate all the meshes once you do the import in Unreal. So the next step would be to start by clicking on the export all PBC. So you can see that it starts the exporting of the point-based cloud. And let's see what happens in the folder view. The new folder that you can see is PBC, which is the point-based cloud. And you can see there that files are created in the PBC folder. Okay, so I think we are good to go. Let's see what happens. Okay, what do we have? We do have the new PBC files generated for us and ready to import in Unreal Engine. If you don't have any errors right now, you can already start the importing process. That's what we'll do. Okay, so the next step would be to open the city sample project and try to import all the generated files that we do have here. Okay, next step would be opening Unreal. Great. So what do we have? We do have the city sample project opened, and the first step would be to create a folder for the city. So what I will do, I will create new city one, and you can see that I already done so many cities there. So what I will do, I will create a new folder for this new city one, for example. The next step would be to create the two folders you need it, and the PBC folder. And the second one will be geometry folder. You can see it's the same for all the cities we generate. Each time you generate a city, you do have to make this step. Okay, so this is PBC, and this is geometry. So I'm making capital letters. There it is. Next step will be to import, open the two folders needed to start the import process. These two one. So we do have the export and the PBC. So what we will do, we'll open the PBC folder and we select all the folders. But before doing that, we open the PBC folder in Unreal. And from there, what we will do, we will select all the PBC files and put them here. So make sure that you select all the files in the folder before doing so. So what do we have? We do have these PBC files generated and waiting to be saved. The next step will be to import all the geometry. And for there, what we'll do, we will go to the export folder. And what we will do, we will do the same and put them here. Make sure that you start a Houdini session before doing that. Okay. So let me cancel all this. This happens. Okay. Just be aware that you need to start the Houdini session before doing so. So what I will do, I'll go back to Houdini engine. Make sure that the Houdini plugin is there. But I think by now, if you followed my video, you should be able to start this easily. So now that we have this button stop session and restart session, it means that we are ready to import the geometry. So I will go back and redo the drag and drop, and this time we should be okay. Okay, so this happens to import all the necessary file of the city, and you can see that all these static meshes has been generated once we do the import. So this is all the files, all the geometry of the buildings, and maybe of the sidewalks. Everything is there waiting to be instantiated. Instantiated. Okay, I can't pronounce this time. Okay. Instantiated. Okay, there it goes. So the next step will be to save all the files. So you can see that we do have these files there waiting to be saved. So what we will do, we'll do the save. And from there, we start a new level for the city. So what I will do, I will go make the save all, but maybe wait for the static meshes to be prepared to be safer. So we'll pause the video till there. So once it finished the saving, what we'll do is start a new level. So what we will do, we'll do file, new level, and we will start with the level that has been city open world empty. Okay, so we start this one, and this is template, and we'll do create. So once we've done that, we'll do the save for the level. So save current level, and we'll give it the same name of the generated folder. So new little city 01. This way I know which map, which city goes for which folder. Okay, so this is it. So what do we have? We do have the new city 1, little city 1, waiting for the next step. Okay, so once you are okay with this, you've done the check, run the rules. Okay, so what I will do, I will bring back this view, then run the rules. So run all the rule mapping. This may take few minutes, sure. So okay, Okay, so it just finished, so you can see that it has been quick to go. This is because we do have a little city, so there's not so much things to go, and of course it will be fast. So before loading cell, you can already start loading cells. Okay, so next step would be to select all the cells of the city and do the load. Okay, you should be good to go right now and import the city and visualize the city uh, by just loading the cells. Okay, so that's what we'll do. Load cells and let's see what happens. Okay, so there it is. So we do have the city. Okay. So what do we have? So everything seem okay except for the roads. So we see what happens and we'll go back to Houdini if necessary to solve this issue. Okay. So everything seem okay except for the roads, but we did not import the freeway, so we're not sure. Okay. So let's finish by importing the freeway and see if it is okay for us. So this is the first impression. You can see that the shape of the city is the same as the one we generated in Houdini. Okay. So next step would be to run the rule processor for the freeway. So do the same. Okay. So what do we have? We do have the freeway barriers, biomes, and finally the remaining one. So what I will do, we'll go to the freeway point cloud and start the running the import for this one. So I will do the same. Free barriers, check. Freeway biomes, check. It's there. So you can also do with this one, use the selected asset from content browser to go fast. Okay, choose either way. Choose the one. Oh, sorry, there's a mistake. So I think it's the freeway deck rules. So what I need, this is an error. So cancel, go back, check the biomes. Okay, so we'll do the deck collision. There it is. Deck visible, pillars. So what remains is, so make some room here. So pillars, okay. Freeway sand light, bring this one, and finally freeway trash. Wait, sorry. Freeway trash, and we should be good to go. So last check, freeway barriers, biomes, same, biomes, deck collision, deck visible, pillars, sand light, and finally trash. So once we are okay with this, what we will do, we will run the rules again. It will take some time. Okay, no problem. Yeah, actually you can see that nothing goes okay. Okay, so we do have the freeway which is not really generated. So what do we have to do if you do have some this kind of errors? So the only way to correct errors is to go back to Houdini and try to fix them there. Okay, so what we will need to do is just go back to Houdini and see what happens, why we do have this kind of for example, for the freeway, why it doesn't work exactly like intended. So what I will do, I will just go back to Houdini, make all the saves here, okay, and go back to Houdini. Okay, so we do have a new city shape and new city curve. Uh, so what we'll need to do is just to restart the generation process. Sorry, so there's no way to do it. There's no other way to do it. Okay, so what we will do, we'll keep the city processor this way and just start generation from the beginning. Okay, so obviously you need to re-import and restart the whole process. Okay, so what I will do, I will just generate the city and give you the result. I will not restart all the process. You will already done that, so you can do it by yourself. But I will just generate the result of the city. Okay. So if you made some changes to the city shape, just always go to the second one. So because you've made changes, for example, the roads for the buildings, you need always go to the second one to export the point based cloud. Okay. So this is an important note and an important step in the process generation. So make sure to go, if you start without PDG, always go to the export all PBC. Okay. So last important advice, just always start in a new folder. For example, if I already messed up this one, for example, I will start a new folder to generate the city. So what I will do, for example, new little city 01 dash, for example, 2. So this way I will not do mistakes while doing the import. Except for that, redo the same step as described in this video. Okay. Okay, so I'm at the point of where I just finished to re-import the city, okay, in Unreal. So for there, I already put a new folder for the city because this one obviously is not okay. So I already imported the PBC and the geometry from the export folder. And I'm in the step where I will finish the import process by running the rule processor for the freeway, because I already imported the city and you can see that I already solved the road issue. So now we do have roads and we are okay. Last important step, and I think the most important step that we missed last time is regarding the export process, is when you go with the no PDG, meaning that you export the city without PDG, never export from this button, but go to the cache and export and do the export from here. Except for that, we are okay, and maybe do a correct freeway. Okay, so I don't think this kind of freeway will work either. Okay, so the next time, what I will do in my next, let's say, video, I will correct the freeway with putting a correct one, a correct freeway, which is not closed, because you can see clearly that a closed freeway is not really a good idea. Okay, so that's it for this video. I hope you liked this one. Yeah, it should be a lengthy one, but we should be okay. So I thank you if you get this far in this video. If you're not already subscribed, consider subscribing to the channel. We are already 1,178, if I'm not mistaken, subscribers. So thanks a lot for all the subscribers. And for the newcomers, don't hesitate to subscribe, because we always upload technical advanced content like this one. Okay, so thanks and bye for now.